Grisaiaの迷宮.
Why, hello there, friends, and welcome to probably my most anticipated playthrough of all time. A year and a half in the making. We finished Fruits of Grisaia last time, so you know what that means. It's time to move on to Labyrinth, and you probably heard, but my girl Kazami Kazuki Occupation Student Mark 1 is actually the voice. See, look, you can do this. You got Asako over there. I actually have seen her before, even before this. I just didn't know who she was, and I was like, oh. And you got fucking Dave over here, but fuck all of them. Oh, that's pretty fucked up. So today, you could probably see in the title, but we're gonna be doing the epilogues first. Now I know the comments weren't actually any help. You guys were like, you gotta do the epilogues first, or you can't do the epilogues first because that'll spoil some shit in the main route, which really doesn't make sense to me. Why would it spoil anything? But then I had to go on the internet to actually explore to see what I should do, and the consensus is you should probably do the epilogues before getting into the main story, because it's literally just a continuation of the routes from Fruit, and what it quote spoils doesn't even matter. So I'm okay with that. So today we're going to be doing Makinas, and then we're going to go up from whatever route I did previously. So let's go in and see. Okay, so Makina's right. What the shit is this? Professor Dave's masturbation. Do what? Okay, so I didn't actually click on this. So this is Yuji's past. And then see, it's even literally right in the front. It's literally telling you to do it first. Dude, I gotta click on this. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna...
やあ、キッズたち。このご時世、何が起こるかわからないから、今日は不測の事態を想定して、その対処法を確認しておこう。
Oh no, I chose a bad thing to do, didn't I?
キッズたちが桃源郷を楽しんでいる最中、突然、足元にサメが。
Oh no.
ガブ。Ouchie! 噛まれちまった
What have I gotten myself into?
だが落ち着くんだキッズたち。サメの対処法は前に教えただろう。サメの鼻っ面、ロレンチニ瓶をガスッと殴ってやれば OK だ。
Yeah, everyone knows you gotta punch a shark in the fucking nose to let it get off you.
よーし、サメへの対処法も学んだことだし、桃源郷を楽しんでくれたまえ。
Thanks for the tip, I guess. I don't know where I'm going. Alright, let's... Whoa! Oh, this is a... Whoa! This... Kazuki and Amine? JB? Oh, no. Is that Makina's mom? Oh, Jesus Christ. Are these, like... Dude, you can't... I'm censoring all this, but... Is that Chizuru? Oh my god, it is. Like, there's two Chizurus. Whoa! Okay, I'm getting out. Get out. Oh, jeez. Get out of here. Get out of here. Alright, so. Oh no, what is... Oh, god damn it. Oh, fuck. Oh god, wait. Okay, so I need to put my mind into the epilogue of the Makina route, so I have no arm. Uh-oh. There's no way I could catch up. When did that thought first convince me to stop running entirely? I can't do it. It's impossible. Those words were enough to stop me dead in my tracks. I know better than anyone that I need to change, but that didn't make the challenges in front of me any easier. So at the time, I didn't really appreciate it when people carelessly encouraged me to keep at it. Oh my god. What is she doing? Don't give up before you even try. There's no such thing as impossible. You don't have to succeed right away. Let them laugh if they want to. People who stop to mock the losers behind them will always be surpassed by the people who keep struggling with every single step they take. Agents who constantly try to pull off something impressive are the ones who die young. Take it slow and carefully. That's what Papa always says. That's my Papa for you. Talk about your words of wisdom. Oh my god, it's freaking stupid. Oh, it's been a year now since the two of us moved over to Florida. I carried out a bunch of jobs in the States, and now I've been ordered back to home to earn my license to work in Japan. God, Makina, well, she did attain badassery status at the end of her route, so by becoming Agent 47. At the moment, I'm working under the number V9029. Guys, I know it's 9029. I just think it's funny to say Agent 47. V stands for Virginia. Means I'm just Papa's support, basically. He's still number I9029. I'm officially his spotter, not an agent in my own right. Oh, to be honest, I ain't too happy about the state of affairs. I can handle things just fine on my own now, but Papa's skills not letting me take any of the killing jobs. Have you ever hated someone enough that you wanted to kill them? Here's the thing. People who kill for a reason like that are nothing more than murderers. Or so Papa tells me. I forgot that's, she does call us Papa. I forgot about that in her route. Oh, jeez. First, he convinced me I can do anything I set my mind to. Then he tells me I'm not ready yet. Seems like some pretty damn mixed messages here, am I right? You're alright, Makina. Still, Papa's my master and all, so I don't have much choice but to bite my tongue and give him a cute little nod. Sure, I've been known to yell, "Stop treating me like a kid," sometimes, but that just gets Papa going. Maybe when you stop acting like one. Honestly, how about listening to your father for once? Is this one of those rebellious phases I've heard so much about? Usually follows that up by pinching the bridge of his nose, looking up at the sky and letting out a big dramatic sigh. Way I see it, the sooner I'm a pro in my own right, the sooner Papa can ease into a nice, peaceful retirement. Why is she trying to look mega tight right now? And by that I mean super cool. But according to Papa, I shave a few years off his life every time I head off into the field alone. I mean, I would shave off years of my life, too. I mean, I see where he's coming from and all. The jobs I've taken care of so far haven't really been that impressive. Guess there was that one time with the robber who holed up in a video rental store one night after the police surrounded him. There just happened to be an unlucky senator in there who'd stopped by to pick up a porno without any, I don't know, I guess. So they sent me over for a super discreet rescue op. Shot the gun right out of the punk's hand. That's about it, though. Yeah. What the shit? Good job, Makina. We know she's, really good with shooting and shit. Because I trained her. Stopping in my tracks, I glanced down at the digital pet hanging from my waist, which is totally right there. Careful to remain aware of my surroundings. 672 steps since my old digital pet died a tragic death while serving as a makeshift detonation device. I remember Papa was kind enough to buy me a replacement. This guy's a brand new 4th generation model with an onboard GPS that allows it to display the path you've walked on a little map. Oh, so I look up the sky. Do we play as Makina in this epilogue? I'm okay with that. Heading right over to the tallest building in the area, I take the elevator to the top floor, then head out onto the emergency stairs, tie some duct tape I bought in a hardware store around the handrail, and fix a wind gauge to the roof of the penthouse. I've already repeated this process 4 times so far.
祝日かなんかで国旗でも上がっててくれると楽なんだけどな。まあ世の中そううまくはいかねえのよさ。
Ain't that the truth? At times like these, I always find myself recalling another of my Papa's maxims. A job well done is a result of study. Study? What the fuck? Steady, simple effort. Shortcuts are a recipe for failure. The words of Kasami Yuji, Occupation Student Mark II. God, that's a mouthful. Say it every time, though. So that's like a meme. It's like, oh, Jesus.
久しぶりね、ユージ。
Hello, I'm Yuji. Has it? We just talked on the phone like last week.
直接会うのは久しぶりでしょ
God, it feels weird to like be back in the seat. But like I'm playing a different game. It's odd. You guys, like, it feels good, don't get me wrong, but... Did you lose a little weight again? Little.
誰かさんが毎度毎度余計な仕事を増やしてくれるおかげでね。
That's my job. Just to be clear, it's not my fault the governor's barbecue party was ruined last month. That was all Makina.
で、そのマキナは どこにいるの
Oh, jeez. Isn't coming today. Apparently she doesn't want to see Chiara.
はい？それってどういう意味です？っていうか、帰国早々マキナを一人にしたんですか？
What's the problem? So this is just a joke. Makina's gone to say hello to her mother.
ちょっと、それって大丈夫なの？いろいろな意味で。
Her mother, with which apparently there may or may not be an H scene in Dave's masturbation station. Why is that a thing? Dude, I don't think I'm gonna do those as a recording, but Jesus Christ, do I want to? Cause then I gotta do a lot of face zoom ins and skipping. It'll be a great time. Won't be a problem at all. Trust me.
I-9029 は信用できたとしても V9029 はまだ不安定です。というか、担当官である私に一切の連絡もなしで何してるんですか？
Things happen. Look, she's not a child. Do you really want your agents calling you up every time they run out of toilet paper? Yes.
そういう問題じゃありませんよ。万が一のことがあったらどうするつもりなんです？
I mean, what happens, happens. No need to worry. I'll take full responsibility if anything goes wrong. Anyway, how about showing a little faith in the girl? In this line of work, we need trust more than time or money. It's true.
で、私を睨まれてもね。
Yeah, what?
言っておくけど、私はユージを信頼しているわよ。可愛くなくて、素直じゃなくて、意地悪で頑固なくせに、無駄に優しいヘタレでずるい男だという部分も織り込み済みでね。
I don't, you know what? You're too kind.
愛してるわ、ユージ。
I know. Gonna hunt. Yeah, right back at you, Julia.
もしかして私、今、バカにされてます？
Chiara is so stressed out. You just noticed? You got potential, kid. Guess you're not an idiot after all.
私、マキナを探しに行ってきます。
Alright, had fun with that.
あんまりいじめないでよ。あれでも一応、私の可愛い後輩なんだから。
I know, but just like how I give you shit, I gotta give her shit. Oh. Well, if you want me to be nice, I'll have to show her some love next time. Quite possibly in an H scene that may or may not be in Dave's masturbation station, which it totally fucking was!
それはやめて。あなたに本気で可愛がられたら、あの子ストレスで髪が抜け始めるわ。
Talk about rude. I'm not a monster, you know.
いいの？放っておいて。
What, the Chiara thing or the Makina thing?
両方よ。
Oh. Well, don't you think it's about time those two had a bit of a wake-up call? Makina's learned enough in training that she's starting to think she can just do anything on her own. And Chiara still can't look past the number 9029. At the end of the day, an agent needs orders. Without their case officer, they're just useless killing machines. And all that legendary number stuff is mostly just a story the instructors made up to light a fire into the asses of the newbies. It's so absurdly exaggerated. They might as well be talking about some invincible comic book Superman. Doesn't bear much resemblance to reality. Hell, the only reason I'm still alive is because I've had you behind the scenes, reading the situation and issuing appropriate instructions. In that case, I really do trust you, JB, and I'm grateful to you.
あなたね、真顔でそういうことを言うからずるい男って言われるのよ。
This is my face all the time.
だいたいね、私の命令なんて3回に1回は平気で無視するくせに、何を今さら従順ぶってるのよ。
Not without reason. But you take that into consideration before you issue them, don't you? Anyway, I lost my right arm last time I tried going rogue on you. I've learned my lesson for good. Which I was actually curious if they were going to keep that in the epilogue, and I'm kind of glad they did, because we're an armless Yuji. I mean, we have one arm, you know what I mean. Dude, when it described his arm literally hanging on by like a little bit of skin, I was like, oh, like that's just horrifying.
その言葉が本気なら、私も少しは安心して太れるってものなんだけどね。
Don't go overboard. Your car might start turning to the left on its own every time you hit the gas.
そこまで太るつもりはないわよ。
Oh, god damn it. No worries. If it gets too bad, I'll get in the passenger seat to balance things out. An agent and his case officer, our team after all.
機種にはもう慣れた？
Now, can I use my arm? It's a prosthetic arm, so I probably can't really do too much with it. More or less. It's a little heavy, and I have to charge it up twice a day. Charge it up? Can't say I enjoy taking all that medication either, but other than that, it's not so bad. Anyway, I can do my work well enough with just my left arm.
仕事を続ける気はあるのね。
So charging it, is it an actual arm that can actually work? Like kind of like a Star Wars prosthetic mechanical arm? Losing an arm isn't enough to make me useless. I was trained better than that. I guess marathon missions would probably be tough, but shouldn't be a problem as long as I've got Makina helping out with the quick jobs.
それでいいの？
With what?
マキナのことよ。結局巻き込んじゃったわね。
I've talked it over with the girl herself countless times. Can't change the past now.
薬でマキナの記憶を飛ばすこともできたのよ。
I'd rather not. I'd rather not be a thing. Mention that. She told me she'd rather die, so don't worry. I'll look after her.
あなたがそれでいいと言うなら、私は何も言わないけど。
I could hear her say that too. I'd rather die. By now, I think I'm actually grateful it worked out this way. Setting my empty mug coffee cup on the table, I glanced out at my watch. Ooh, whoops. About time for me to get going. Have to pick up Makina.
迎えなら、キアラが言ったでしょ？
What, you think she's actually going to find her? I didn't train the girl that badly. Anyway, the coffee was good. Thanks.
コーヒーを入れたのはキアラよ。
Well, you know. Really? Alright then. Give that nice big butt of hers a big ol' pat and say thanks for me. Because, canon, she does in fact have a great ass, as Yuji has said multiple times. And by multiple, I mean 2. I got Makina involved in this. I'm aware of that, of course. Naturally, there's a part of me that regrets it. There's a part of me that thinks I could have found a better way. Like they say, though, hindsight's 20/20. I know there's no point dwelling on what I could have done. I know it's all in the past now. But sometimes, I can't help but think, isn't there anything I can do? Isn't there any way I can live the rest of my life without regret? Sometimes? Well, I just can't help it. Oh, time. Doesn't even, like, give me enough time to read that. It's just like, whoop, here you go. Rooftops are usually under lock and key. In other words, anyone who opens the lock can get access to them, and there isn't a lot of random foot traffic. God damn it. Oh, she's setting it up. Removing my rifle from its case, which I pulled up here on a cart, I whip out my digital racket torch wrench and begin the assembly process. At distances like these, you've got to tighten every screw perfectly, or there's no telling where your bullets will end up. Referencing the corrections that worked during training, I carefully assemble my rifle. Just to be on the safe side, I snap in my laser bore sight and focus on a target 10 meters away. The offset's almost exactly the same as the last time I used it.
うっし、いけるんでねえのぎ?
Good job, Makina. Next, I set up a wind gauge mounted on a tall rod, spread out a mat, and lay myself down upon it. Oh my god. Pulling data over the internet from the other gauges I've set up around the area, I do some quick calculations on my laptop while starting up my ballistic calculator program. Winds from the south, average speed 13 meters per second, gust factor 2.4, uplift ratio 3.8, flow separation correction 12.3, standard deviation 19.8% when ignoring vortex regions. Comparing the numbers on the laptop screen to the way my strap of tape was actually fluttering when I looked at it through my scope, I plug in an additional correction founded through personal experience. Oh my god, Makina. Once my final numbers appear on the screen, I quickly adjust the elevation and windage knobs on my scope to match.
射距離
The pedometer hanging from my waist provides a GPS corrected number of 1,947 steps. Every step I take covers about 65.2 centimeters. So, that's a total of 12.9644.4 centimeters or 1,269.444 meters. Jesus Christ. My target's approximately 1,270 meters away.
1300か。割とギリギリかも。
You know what? You got it, Makina. I'm here with you. I'm doing this ride. I've only got 2 bullets for this one. The first is a tungsten core penetrator. The other is a specifically modified hot rod designed for maximum speed and flight stability. The penetrator is going to open a hole in the obstacle between me and my target. Then I just have to shoot the hot rod through it.
ペネトレーターで開けることができる穴は約9センチ。そこに地弾を叩き込もうって言うんだから、気の遠くなるような話なのよさ。
That is like she said, it's just it's like threading a needle, man. Well, they say Papa can pull off this sort of trick every time, and if he can do it, there's no reason I can't.
時間なのよさ。
Oh, Jesus. Even the most legendary of snipers need to rely on a little medical help at times. And so, the next item I retrieve from my pocket is a small silver case containing a small syringe. It's full of a bright blue booster drug specifically designed for marksmen. I promptly inject it into my veins. I didn't know snipers used the juice. I can't stand needles. I always hated getting shots ever since I was a kid. I don't really like needles either, but when the need arises, you gotta do what you gotta do. A minute after injecting yourself with this stuff, your eyeballs tighten up and go red, and tears begin to flow uncontrollably down your cheeks. In return, you're able to see perfectly at long distances, and you can do a good 7 minutes without wanting to blink. Are you fucking serious?
見える見える。すっげえ見えるのよさ。
Okay, Makina, we shouldn't have done the drugs. Peering through my digital rifle scope, I study the top floor of Irisu Global Headquarters. Specifically, the window of the president's office. Oh my god. The window reflects the sunlight like a mirror, but by now, I can clearly make out my mother casually sipping tea inside.
オーケー、そうだよーい。
Like, I get it, Makina, and I didn't kill her for reasons. So Unzipping my urethane ammo pouch, I examine the bullets within. There's a ribbon painted on both brain. One blue and one red. The blue ribbon means penetrator. Pulling back my rifle's bolt handle, I gently push the blue bullet into the exposed chamber, then return the bolt to the forward position.
そうだよーし。右肩よーい。左肩よーい。射撃準備よーし。
The drug's ready. All I gotta do is wait for my laptop, currently crunching numbers in real time, to give me the go sign, and then pull the trigger. Jesus Christ. Meanwhile, in the... Why does it go
本
so...
日の午前の分の報告は以上です。
Why does it go so fast?
そうですか。では下がって結構よ。
Like, I understand she's a terrible person and all, but,
それと業務とは関係ありませんが、9029号が日本国内に戻ってきているという情報が入っております。
あら、そうなの？それで？
それでと言いますか、一応護衛などを手配するべきかと。
no, we're not gonna need to worry about a bodyguard in like 5 minutes.
必要ありませんよ。だいたい見逃してあげたのはこちらです。それをわざわざ向こうから再び殺されに来るなんてありえないでしょ。
Bitch, you're lucky I didn't kill you.
マキナお嬢様も一緒に日本に戻られているという情報もありますが。
それこそどうでもいいじゃありませんか。幸いなことにサリナも順調に回復していますし、市ヶ谷との間に情報制約も取れた今となっては、もうマキナには興味ありません。
Yeah, I know. I don't give a shit about my own daughter. God, I hate her.
そんなことより、最近あなたの入れるお茶、味が落ちているのではなくて？
Wow, what a bitch.
なんだか無駄に渋くて全然香りがしないのだけれど。
I mean, it's been a while since I've seen the bitchery, right? Like, we know she's an absolutely terrible person and that she should die. I didn't kill her because reasons all the way back then. But, you know what? I think it's fitting.
申し訳ありません。ですが、茶葉の風味が落ちてきたので新しいものと交換しようとしたところ、もったいないからダメとお顔を真っ赤にされて拳をブンブン振り回されたのは清香様ご自身だったかと。
Yeah, you tell her. You tell her what she said.
私がいつそんなこと言いましたか。とにかく入れ直してちょうだい。
Bitch!
美味しくないのよ。
Drink your goddamn tea! It's just...
あ、はい、ただいま。
Wasn't Sawada the one I, like, was like, don't fucking move, or whatever the fuck I did? I don't know. Uh-oh. It's happening. The mug in Irisu Kyokia's hand suddenly shatters. Still holding its handle, she quizzically tilts her head 15 degrees to the right.
何？突然。
Don't ask questions. Nothing's happening. Nothing at all. Uh-oh. Covering her head with her document binder, the secretary, Miss Sawada, proceeds to duck down onto the floor. Perplexed, Kyoka turns around to discover the wind whistling through a 9-centimeter hole in her bulletproof glass window, now white with cracks. Fucking Makina, dude. Reflexively tossing the handle of her mug aside, she ducks for cover behind her mahogany desk in a blind panic.
ちょっとさ、あなた何一人で隠れてるのよ。
Bitch! No one wants to die in this situation!
清香様、こっち来ないでください。
God damn it.
こら、お待ちなさいな。私を守りなさいよ。
Fuck that. She probably doesn't even get paid enough for this.
無理です。
とりあえず誰か呼ばないと。
The,
電話を。
the phones have been cut. No.
清香様、危ない。
Nanny? Whoa! Oh my god.
清香様、ダメです。電話壊されちゃいました。
God damn it.
痛い。痛い。
Yes!
指もげちゃいました。
Oh god, did she?
破片が刺さったのよ。もう痛い。ちょっと沢田、あなた携帯持ってるでしょ。誰か呼んで。
Does she have a phone? I would hope. I mean, she probably does.
嫌ですよ。そんなことしたら今度は私が撃たれるじゃないですか。
Okay, like, what? So, you know, there's the window right here. Can't like they're on the ground, so you can kind of just crawl right up here.
私もう怖いの嫌なんです。9029怖いんです。もうこの仕事辞めます。田舎に帰ります。
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
沢田、これお待ちなさい。私を置いて逃げるの。
She is straight dipping.
こっち来ないでください。
God damn it, dude.
裏切り者。
Meanwhile,
玉切れなのよさ。
you good, Makina? Did you get it out of your system?
お母さん、ただいま。私、帰ってきたのよ。
Okay, that's creepy. Now that's what I call a greeting card. Too bad it cost me 2 special order rounds worth a good 8,000 yen each. Oh my god. Oh, well, it's a small price to pay for giving that old hag a lifelong terror of windows. Serves you right. Blech. I think that was satisfying enough to tide me over for a while. But don't go thinking you've seen the last of me, mommy dearest.
うわー、くそー。頭痛い。
Is it the drugs? As the tension drains from my body, the usual post-sniping headache kicks in right on schedule. Oh. I've got to inject myself with my red blocker drug stat, or the blood vessels in my head will burst and I'll lose consciousness. Jesus! Whoa! Dude, Makina has to, like, pump in the drugs constantly. Yeah, I still hate needles, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Before long, my dilated pupils begin to shrink, and I can feel my heart rate returning to normal.
うわ、やべ、鼻水が。
You gonna be alright, Makina? Like, you're taking a tissue from my skirt pocket, I blow my nose, then start putting away my gear. Halfway through the process, I glance down at my digital pet to check the time.
おっと、パパとの待ち合わせの時間なのよさ。
She sounds adorable with a running nose. God damn it. Well, that was an experience. Damn, I like those little bits of animation they had in that. Is it gonna do that intro every time? Because if it is for all these routes, I'm keeping it in. I'm down here. Like, that was such a good intro. All right. Yeah. Use your right hand for your chopsticks and your pencil. Use your left when batting or throwing a ball. As a child, I didn't really care which of my arms was dominant, but Kazuki repeatedly nagged me to hold my chopsticks in my right hand. Well, sorry, sis. I don't have that anymore. When I asked her why it mattered, she said, I don't want people thinking I'm incapable of teaching my own brother how to behave. Talk about self-centered. In comparison to that, Asuko's argument almost sounded respectable. Can't hurt to know how to shoot with both hands. Never know when you'll lose one. Oh, that's more true than ever. In my case, I've been ambidextrous ever since I was a kid. As a result, it hasn't been too hard to get the hang of my new arm, which moves in response to signals from a pulse modulator embedded in the left side of my brain. Okay, so I can use my hand as my prosthetic as an actual hand. What am I doing here? Oh, I'm just here. Retrieving a single medal from my cup, I slip it into the game's machine slot. This sort of thing isn't too difficult if I watch the movements of my artificial hand, but it gets much trickier in the dark or when I'm looking elsewhere. Feels a little bit like I'm typing on a keyboard with my eyes closed. Ooh, it's all a matter of practice, I guess. It was a struggle just to wipe my ass in the bathroom for a while, but I'm starting to get more comfortable using my right hand this way. The training mostly involves dull, repetitive exercises like grabbing soybeans with chopsticks while I read. But eventually, this should become second nature to me, and I won't be a burden on Makina anymore. Well, yeah, that's definitely a thing you need to get used to. Like, by that point, Makina probably won't need my support either. The thought makes me a little sad, but as her father, I'm not about to tell her that. Oh, well, I guess it's about time. I've been killing time playing metal games for a while now. A glance at my watch on my left wrist tells me it's currently 13:25. Makina's probably done with her job by now, and thanks to my time with the Marines, I always get moving exactly 5 minutes ahead of schedule. Rising from my seat, I turned to the college-age girl at the machine next to me. You still playing, miss? I need to get going, so you can have my medals. No problem. No, good guy, Yuji. The young woman takes my medals with a dopey little smile. Her round cheeks make her look pretty dim-witted, but it's kind of endearing. In another, 2 or 3 years, will my daughter look something like this? The thought brings a small smile to my face, and an instant later, there's a jolt of pain in my flank. Ow! That hurts! Well, I'm just giving her my medals! Oh, Makina, you're early. I turn around to find Makina and her cart. She's glaring up at me like an indignant squirrel, her round little cheeks even puffier than usual. I mean, I normally would say the same thing to you, but I haven't actually been watching you this whole time. The girl's been pretty tough on me lately. It seems to seriously upset her when I talk with other women, judging from the way she always jumps in to interrupt the conversation. Yeah, sorry about that. Don't get angry. Dropping my artificial hand onto Makina's puffy little head, I give her scalp a nice firm scratching with my metal hand. Out of all the things that could kill me, I think I'd rather it be karma. What the hell are you talking about?
Papa?
Oh, jeez. Yeah, this girl's my daughter.
娘さん?
Quote, quote. Alright, alright. Well then, miss, I'll see you later.
メダルありがとう.
Isn't it weird that, sometimes we say I'll see you later, but we never see that person ever again after that? Whoa! Ow! Ow! I'm coming, alright? Stop kicking me! I turn and leave the arcade with Makina, my hand still resting on her head. Oh, that'll leave my brain.
まったくよ。パパはあれな。本当に女癖悪いのな。バージニアの訓練学校の教官もみんなあいつはどうしようもない天然地頃だったって言ってたのよ。
Makina, I'm just gonna tell you, like I've probably said multiple times by now. I just exist, alright? That's all I do. Total slander. I try not to make more enemies than necessary, that's all. Anyway, did things go well with your mother?
おうよ。二度と窓に近寄れない女にしてやったのよさ。
Like her office, like she's just, the windows are gonna be taken out and it's gonna just be like fucking bullet, like it's just gonna be a wall. That's all it is. Good for you. Are you satisfied now?
まあ一応ね。やっぱどうしてもあの人のことは好きになれないけど。
And you know what? That's your decision. It'd be nice if you could forgive her eventually, but I guess that's probably impossible. Have to admit, I still hate my father's guts. And we'll find that out once we do Yuji's past, story and brain, Space Marines. But that still won't be for a little bit, because we gotta do the epilogues, and I'm gonna guess the epilogues are like 4 hours long each, or probably longer, or something. I actually don't know. I'm literally going into this blind.
いっそ殺しちまえばすっきりするのに。
I don't think you're ready to kill people yet. Not by a long shot. Also, I'd recommend against murdering a parent. I know I had to do it once, based on what I was saying in Makina's route, and goddamn it. We'll find out about that during my path. He just goes, I killed my old man. There it is! I killed my old man myself. But sometimes, I wish I hadn't. I could be making his life hell right now if he wasn't dead.
そんなもんかね。
Also, I know this sounds kind of pathetic, but I still see his face in my nightmares sometimes. No matter what your reasons, killing your own parent is something you'll always regret.
まあ、パパがそう言うなら絶対そうなんだろうって無条件に信じるけど、私の中では言葉の本当の意味は消化できてないのよ。
That's good enough for now. You'll understand eventually. I mean, what? You will? Are you upset?
そうじゃなくて、頭が痛い。
Ah, you used the drugs? Guess that explains why you're all irritable.
ごめんよ、パパ。
Beta plus boosters, drugs that temporarily enhance physical and mental condition. Beta blockers, drugs that suppress your dangerously heightened sensory and muscular capabilities. Issued only under specific circumstances, typically to snipers or soldiers fighting at night, they offer brief periods of superhuman combat prowess in exchange for severe after effects. Are those things in real life? I would assume so. I just don't know. I've never really, explored this kind of thing. I'm just genuinely curious. You should avoid using those when you can. Save them for when you absolutely need to land a 1,000-meter shot. They'll give you chronic migraines. When you get on a crowded train after using those things, the fingertips and noses of the other passengers will seem to be moving constantly toward your eyes. You'll grow increasingly irritable. Eventually, you'll feel like the contents of your head are swirling around in circles and begin to suffer violent attacks of nausea. I never really liked trains, even as a kid, but those drugs, they're a big part of the big reason of that why I ended up hating them as much as I do. Put your sunglasses on. That should help you relax a little. You look pretty cool in them too. I guess. Who gave you the drugs anyway? Chiara?
そう。
That little punk.
怒らないであげて。キアラも悪気があって
渡したわけじゃないのよ。
It's probably just here just in case, you know? Yeah, I know. After 9 months of training, snipers with potential are usually issued a certain amount of personal equipment. That includes weaponry tailored to their preferences, high-quality ammunition, and the booster drugs. It was the same for me. They're tools that allow us to carry out every mission we're assigned to with whatever we're provisioned. I find myself remembering a conversation from 2 months ago, the week after Makina received her first order to fire on a live human target. Here's my flashback. Hey there, Chiara. Your ass never gets any less huge, now does it? That's the first fucking thing in a...
お尻は関係ないです。先日行ったイリス・マキナのカウンセリングの結果をお知らせします。
Oh? Is this important?
大切です。というか、私のお尻に話しかけるのやめてもらっていいですか?
Okay, so, I swear to God, if I do that Professor Dave's bullshit and do her scene specifically, because there was one, and her ass is not the greatest thing I've ever seen, I'm gonna be really disappointed. That's a tall order. Fucking goddamn.
実務における技能が水準に達したとの判断から、先週初めてイリス・マキナに C 任務を与えましたが。
Oh? We already done discussing your ass? God damn it!
真面目に話を聞く気は?
It's like he just doesn't take her seriously. Alright, go ahead.
つまりですね、初めての対人狙撃任務を終えた後、何か呆然としていたので声をかけたんですけど。
Alright.
マキナ、初めての仕事の感想は？
最近弾の質が落ちたね。全然まっすぐ飛ばないのよさ。
God, we're having a flashback within a flashback.
それだけ？他には？
ハードプライマーにしてって言ったのにソフトよこしやがって。人の話聞けって装備科のアホに言っといて。
ハードの方が直進性は高いけど、衝撃が大きいから2射目が遅れるのよ。あなたは体が小さいから気を使ったの。
Meh.
余計なお世話なのよさ。一発で仕留めるから2発目はいらないのよ。
Damn, that Makina confidence.
狙撃対象の右腕を撃ち抜いた理由は？
右手に銃を持っていたから。左手に持っていたら左腕を撃ったと思うのよ。
Smart. I like that idea.
そう。この受け答え、父親としてどう思います？
Not sure what you mean. She expressed herself pretty clearly.
父親の右腕に対するコンプレックスとかでは？
I don't think so. If anyone's got a complex here, it's probably me.
どういう意味でしょう？
Honestly, it's a little hard for me to talk about this, but I'd really like her life to turn out better than mine.
薬で記憶を飛ばせば条件付きで一般社会に戻してあげられるという説明はしましたよね。
Well, I'm not saying I didn't consider it, but drugs, huh? This company deliberately recruits people considered to be expendable. Its employees are as disposable as the machinery. That's just the nature of this job. Even in a country like this, where we crawl around in the dirt every time a bullet's casing gets misplaced, there isn't any fundamental difference.
ねえ、パパ、怒ってるの？
Oh, oh no, that's not it. I was just thinking.
私のことで何か言われた？
I don't know, but I'm liking this sweet background. Listen, Makina, are you really sure this is what you want?
またその話か。何度も言うけど、これは自分で選んだ道なのよ。 パパにだって文句言わせない。
Alright. Makina always scowls when I bring this up. Well, you probably brought it up a lot, so... Every time it happens, she says the same thing. Don't go feeling sorry for me. I made my own choices. And so, with sadness stabbing at my chest, I always wrap my arms around Makina's shoulders and push my nose into her hair. She's got a sweet smell, almost like bubble gum. And there's a faint whiff of gunpowder underneath that now. Yes. That's one scent we have in common. The thought does inspire pity, but it's also oddly
と
comforting.
ころで私たち今どこへ向かってるのよさ。
Oh, right. You see that car in the parking lot over there? We're gonna drive it out to Mishima Cape.
パパ、車買ったの？
Did I? Nope. It's a car my buddy Daniel Bone kept in Japan. But we'll find out about him. But in the past, I don't know. I just belonged to his sister now that he's gone. Borrowed it from her.
動くのこれ？
Well, it got me this far. Might not look like much, but there's a V8 under that hood. Don't go underestimating it. These days, it's all about fuel economy and eco-friendly engines. This thing, on the other hand, is an iron coffin on wheels with a ravenous thirst for gasoline. Its very existence is a crime. Driving a car with 430 horsepower in a country this cramped is downright absurd. And excessive power always meets with the disapproval of society. Let's go. Make sure you fasten that belt.
チャンピオンの？
Sure. Since when were you the champion of anything? I meant your seatbelt.
小粋なフレンチジョークじゃんけ。
Didn't seem funny to me. Oh. When you've got too much in the way of raw power, I mean, what the fuck? Hold on. Let me When you got too much in the way of power, it's important to stay cool-headed and rational. That's something I learned from my master Asako. Remember that you've got a 430 horsepower engine you could unleash at any moment, and it's hard to get too irritated with some punks in a flashy car trying to provoke you. Whoa, somebody's got a lot of energy, should be the extent of your reaction. To keep pace with the city traffic around you, all you have to do is coast along, and in an emergency, you can always push the pedal to the metal. The same principle applies if you're good in a fight. Tell yourself, I can knock this guy flying any time, and it's easier to keep your cool. Sadly, lots of tough guys get themselves killed before they figure that out. Cocky idiots are always the first to die. That's pretty much the universal truth. Yup. You're never more vulnerable than when you feel invincible. Yup. But it's hard to understand that, or the real weight of a trigger without actual experience. Someone has to teach you. Unfortunately, lessons like these aren't easy to impart with words alone. I'm painfully aware of that every time I look at Makina lately, and it makes me anxious. At the rate she's going, the kid's going to screw up real bad sooner or later. Dude, are we going to have to deal with that in like this epilogue? I'm sure Asako felt the same way about me back in the day. And now, here I am, racking my brains the same way she did, trying to find out some way to explain everything to Makina. I mold and reshape sentences in my mind like a sculptor playing with clay. But in the end, the words that leave my mouth are completely trivial. Nice weather today. Like that.
そうだね。
That moment you fucking start talking about the weather, Makina responds absentmindedly. She's pressing her forehead against the side window like a fighter pilot looking for enemy planes, watching as the world flows quietly by.
みんな元気にしてっかな。
God, I can't wait to see the rest of them. Probably. It's been some time since the two of us abruptly ran away from Mahama Academy. What's happened to our classmates since then? About 6 months after Makina and I arrived in America, we started to get a certain amount of mail delivered to us through the company. These letters delivered in a bundle every Sunday were mostly notices from government offices and organizations or advertisements from various businesses. But every once in a while, these tiresome little packets would have a handwritten letter mixed in with the rest. The first one we received just had the names Kazami Yuji and Irisu Makina written on the front. I'm not sure how it got to us exactly. There was no address listed, and the postage stamp in the corner hadn't even been marked. Instead of a postmark, the envelope was marked by a red stamp indicating it had been opened and inspected by a censor. Flipping it over, I found that the sender's name was Suo Amane. Yup. Ordinarily, that letter never would have reached us. It was nice of the company to specifically arrange for its delivery, but through thorough removal of potential coded phrases, meant a good deal of Amane's message was impossible to decipher. One thing, at least, was clear. After graduating from Mahama, she'd been encouraged to stay in the role of a dorm mother, and had chosen to accept. Aww. Learning this, of course, got me curious about how the others were doing. They all said something about waiting for me and Makina to return, but a year can be a very long time. There's no telling how many of them are still enrolled there. Then again, Mahama Academy is relatively easy to enter, but difficult to leave. It's a bit like a prison that way. I mean, that's what it was made for. It's not hard to imagine a few more students enrolling, but honestly, I'd be a little surprised to see anyone graduate smoothly on schedule. We might find the place exactly as we left it, actually.
だったら嬉しいんだけどな。
Well, at the very least, Amane's still at Mahama, and the others shouldn't have graduated yet. Aww. Makina's voice sounds oddly listless. Is she praying we'll find her friends unchanged, or worrying about the way this year has changed her? I can understand how she feels, and that only makes it harder to find something to say. Makina doesn't continue the conversation either. Her eyes stay fixed on the scenery flowing past her window. Eventually, as the sights around us begin to grow familiar, it occurs to me that Makina's been very quiet for some time. I look over and discover that she's sleeping silently, leaning back against the headrest with her face turned away from the light outside her window. The effects of the blocker drugs are probably hitting her hard right about now. Once you start to get used to the fact that the floor is spinning underneath you, you'll often be overcome by a sudden wave of fatigue. At a glance, this area doesn't appear to have changed much at all. I find myself remembering the ordinary life we were living up until just a year ago. It inspires me a tickle of something like nostalgia. But as I turn the car onto the street that runs past the local train station, a certain building catches my eye. Oh no. Oh, look it. We made it. We made it, guys. Oh, it's gonna be weird. It's been a fucking long time since we last saw them, and in this route. So I don't know. I like it though. I like how this is starting.